This is Roy Canning, and this is Favorite Game Friday, where we have a group of contributors with completely different tastes in gaming talking about their favorite game in the category of the week. This week we're talking all about asymmetrical player powers. What are games that have different powers that are very different from each other? Make sure to leave in the comments down below your favorite game with asymmetrical player powers, and let's get to the contributors' clips.
Hey, Favorite Game Friday, Jared here from the Meeple Mentor YouTube channel where we teach you how to play games. And since this week we're going to be talking about games that have a lot of variable player powers, variable abilities, and that sort of thing. There's so many to pick, but man, I gotta say, Gloomhaven, either the big box Gloomhaven or Jaws of the Lion, both you can't go wrong. You're going to have completely variable player powers depending on which class you pick, and there's ways to upgrade, there's perks unlocked, there's customizations, and so every time you have a different character in that game, it's going to be a completely different way to play. So I think Gloomhaven does such a good job with having everyone having such unique variable abilities and powers. That's my pick.
A lot of cooperative games have asymmetrical player powers, but I'm going to go with my favorite cooperative game of all, my favorite game of all time, Sentinels of the Multiverse. It's got asymmetric player powers as you each play different superheroes and each have their own deck. Great game.
Hey everyone, we're LDG. I'm Brooks.
I'm Kitty.
And I am Lizzie.
And it is Favorite Game Friday yet again, asymmetrical player powers. Kitty, kick us off.
So they all give me crap for this because it's technically not out yet, but Old Salt I'm obsessed with. It is a war game where you're playing different factions kind of based on D&D, and you're doing naval battle, and it just is so cool, and all of the powers really change the game depending on who you play. So I'm obsessed.
Absolutely.
It is a really good pick.
Mine is a really popular favorite, Tapestry. As a civilization builder, I just think that your individual player powers that you get completely change the game. I mean, I focus on a lot of different stuff every single time I play it based on which faction I am. So I'm obsessed. And the stack is like this big. So I'm obsessed with it.
And I hope to one day play it. My pick is Pandemic. You definitely have a team feel, but it is definitely a unique feel depending on who you play with as well.
Surprising pick from the Pandemic Queen.
So that's another Favorite Game Friday, and until next time, just remember to have fun.
Be present.
And be you.
My favorite asymmetrical game is Puzzleverse.
And one of my favorite asymmetrical games is The Shores of Tripoli. Happy Friday. Take care.
Happy Friday. Today we're talking about asymmetric games. I'm going to go for one I think many people are going to go for. Disney Villainous. Although you're doing roughly the same actions on similar looking boards, your player goals are very different, and I think it's testament to the game that two people could be playing and it's so well balanced. In many games we've played, it's always been a case of if I just had one more turn, victory would have been mine.
And I'm going to choose Cry Havoc this week. I think this is a great example of an asymmetric game. You are one of 4 races or species on an unexplored planet. They really do have different abilities and characteristics for you to explore and play with. So you can really pick a faction that suits your type of playing style, or explore ones that you're not used to.
Kimberly from Tabletop Tolson here, and when I think about asymmetrical player starts, I am just so amazed at the balance and fun that characters have in Marvel Champions. So every player's deck is totally unique based on the character they're playing, and so it's up to them to decide whether they want to play in a particular style or fashion or what kind of focus they have. And that's awesome. Oh, get in here, Emma. Unlike you, Kim, I play for my own victory. So for me, it's the asymmetrical start in Eclipse that really captures my attention. I love the different aspects and elements and skills to the alien races and how they take you down really different paths.
Assalamualaikum. Even though Root sits on my shelf, but it's still in shrink, I still haven't got around to play it. So I cannot say that that's my favorite asymmetrical games, even though I've heard from many people that is one of their favorite asymmetrical games. But till then, my favorite asymmetrical game is Raxon, which is set in the Dead of Winter universe, where you are actually serving Raxon, the medical company who is partly responsible in this zombie apocalypse. Now, why this game is my favorite asymmetrical game is because it gives each player their own player board, which tells what actions they can do. Normally, other games will give you one certain ability which is different from others, and rest of everything is same. But here, each character is only limited to the abilities on their chart, and nobody else can do those actions. So this is 100% asymmetrical game, and that's why I love it, because each character is important and only they get to do that cool thing, and you're trying to puzzle out how to quarantine the maximum number of people and eliminate the zombies at the same time. So my favorite asymmetrical game, Raxon.
Hi everyone, I'm Nathan. My favorite game with variable player powers for the 4th week in a row is... Aw, man. Oh, I know. No. Yes. Dune Imperium. Not all the characters that you can play are big names from the novels, but each one is different and interesting.
What's going on, guys? This is Ethan, the Games Adjuster, and my favorite game with asymmetric player powers has to be Root. So Root is a game by Leader Games where each faction has their own unique abilities and way that they play through the round. Definitely one that you should check out, and have a happy Friday.
For me, it's definitely going to have to be Dune. The powers are so very different in the game, and there's even different in-game scoring depending on which faction you are, and it just feels very different depending on which powers you have as you play through the game of Dune.
Hey everyone, I'm Nick.
I'm Vic.
And we're Envy Board Gaming. So for this week on Favorite Game Friday, it is asymmetrical player powers. We've done this before, and it was Eldritch Horror and Scythe.
Yeah.
And now we're going to give it a unified pick. We're going to go with Clans of Caledonia. So in Clans of Caledonia, I can start out and be totally different than Vic. I can maybe place units on like river deltas and get bonuses like discounts.
And I can produce butter out of milk, and at the end of the production phase, I can discard milk for 8 coins.
Just like in real life.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Cody from the Way Brothers channel on YouTube, and as far as games with asymmetrical player powers, I've got to go with Scythe. There are a few other runner-ups in my mind, but Scythe, I mean, you start on a different side of the map depending on your player. You have different starting resource hexagons, you have different mech abilities that you slowly unlock, and you have a different ongoing ability that your characters and all your civilization uses as you progress in Scythe. And that's awesome, and it makes me happy. So yeah, Scythe.
Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Hugh, also known as Aquaroll on Instagram. And for asymmetrical player powers this Friday, I have to go with Twilight Imperium. There are 24 different races that all play completely different. My favorite, the Yssaril tribes. See ya.
Hi, I'm Josh from the YouTube channel Josh Yaks. I love asymmetrical games, and the first one I'm going to recommend is a cooperative one where players play as spirits with very different powers from each other, and that is Spirit Island. Now, if you're more into the competitive thing, in my opinion, Eric Lang's masterpiece is Chaos in the Old World, and players get to fight against each other as different chaos gods who have very different abilities.
Hello, Favorite Game Friday fans. This is Bill Webb, aka Billy Indiana. And today we're talking about asymmetrical player powers. One of my favorites is The Voyages of Marco Polo. There are 10 different characters to choose from, and they're all so overpowered, the hardest thing is choosing which one you want to use.
Well, Grayson, here we are. We've been doing this show long enough that we have a repeat category.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you remember what you picked last time we did the asymmetrical player powers?
I'm pretty sure mine was Colt Express.
Yeah, Colt Express. And mine was Tokaido. But this time we have some different picks. We don't have a ton of games with that I think qualify for this, but so I'm going to pick a silly one. And that is the Escape from the Haunted Mansion, the Scooby-Doo escape room type game. And we played it with 5 players. So every player gets one of the characters, and all those characters have different abilities. Like Velma can research, Fred can investigate, Scooby-Doo can smell, and the best one of all is Shaggy can eat. And when we played, Finn tried to eat everything.
And my pick this week is Downforce. It's a game where you're racing around the track, except it's not exactly completely a racing game because you're betting on the cars to see who will win.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you don't want to bet on your own car because it really really won't help. And everyone, whenever you pick your car, everyone gets you could also get a special power.
Right, you're bidding on the player powers as you're bidding on the cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And some of them are like where they'll like if this car doesn't move on your turn, then it'll go 3 ahead.
Right.
It's a really fun like racing type game.
Absolutely. Happy Friday, everybody.
Hi guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Addie.
With Skeleton Key GDS.
And my favorite game with asynchronous play in it is Funkoverse, because I like to experiment with the different character powers to make my team beat him.
And mine is Unmatched. I like how each deck feels unique to its character. Thanks guys. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Bye.
My favorite game right now that uses variable player powers is Whistle Mountain. In it, on your player board, you have your own special starting ability. But what's really cool is you'll get various upgrades throughout the game, and you try to find ones that work with your special starting ability.
Hi everyone! My favorite game with asymmetrical player powers is still Spirit Island and Argent the Consortium. Take care everyone!
Hi! Stuffed Fables is an asymmetrical game for me. I'm gonna be Lumpy for now until we get Lionel and Piggy. Bye! My favorite asymmetrical game is Tokaido. All the characters have different powers when going to different places, and the 2 new expansions add even more characters and more powers.
It's always awesome to see games that have different starting points and different powers, and it's fun to see how all those powers interact with each other as you play the game. Make sure to leave in the comments down below your favorite game with asymmetrical player powers, and make sure to check out all of our contributors from all around the internet. It's awesome to have everybody join us here on Favorite Game Friday, and if you'd like to be a part, make sure to check out our next week's episode, which is going to be tile placement games. So there's a game where you place out tiles as one of the main mechanics for the game. There's a Google Drive link down below. You can throw your video in and you could be part of Favorite Game Friday. It'd be awesome to have you join in, and I will see you on the next one.